Welcome back to Universe. I'm Andrew, and today I'm playing Lost Ruins of Arnak, the Missing Expedition Campaign Scenario 3. So if you missed the first two parts in the series, there's a link in the description. I recommend you catch up on that, especially if you're not familiar with Arnak or the campaign, because I'm going to try to do as much as I can to jump right in. We came to the island to try to find the missing Professor Koodle. We searched the initial campsite and crashed plane, and we've now found our way to a temple. But we're kind of in a race, it seems, with Antoinette, our expedition versus her contingent. So chapter 3 says, after an hour of searching through the temple's chambers, you find a set of steps leading down. You light a torch and lead the way, hoping that no one else in your expedition can read the glyphs which proclaim you are about to enter the Tunnels of Terror. Scarcely have you set foot inside the tunnels when you spot a colorful feather. For a moment, you are heartened by the familiarity of this sign. It is from the mysterious guardian whose path you have already crossed several times. If a creature of the forests would willingly enter these tunnels, perhaps the dangers here are not so bad. This flame of optimism is doused when your tracker points out the claw marks, the tail patterns, the footprints, and the other signs left by many, many guardians who have been drawn into this sinister labyrinth. Perhaps they have made this place their grave. Perhaps they will make it yours. So each of these scenarios is different, and you can see right now I've got some sites already set up with guardians stacked on them, and these are face down guardians, which is unusual. The sites are already open and available, but actually these two are not, because as long as a site beneath one still has a guardian in its stack, it is blocked. So this is blocked and this is blocked. This one's available, but there are actually two guardians here stacked. This one also has two, and this one has three. And in order to win, I'm going to have to defeat all 7 of those guardians and reach the top of the temple. And so these, this line of sites represents the tunnel, and you'll notice that based on the setup, all 3 of them have fear cards as part of their rewards. I need to find the way. In order to find my way through the tunnels, I have to learn to read the markings on the walls. So there are these 2-point tiles from the top of the temple track. Normally they're there, but these are kind of placed at 3 positions along the track that are blocking my path. Basically, those represent the fact that I need to learn the language or the markings in order to progress. In order to clear one of them, I think I need to be on the space before it, and then I can remove the tile by paying either a coin and 2 tablets, a ruby, or an arrowhead and a compass, the same costs that you would need to pay to buy one if you are already at the top. Yeah, so if I'm in the row just below one of these blocks, I can pay to remove it, claim those 2 points, and then open the way, and then I still have to pay normally to advance. So bit of a slower temple progression. We do have our normal random bonuses set up for 2 players. We actually have idols available on most of these sites now, which we haven't had much of in the previous 2 scenarios. It also says Antoinette seems to know something you don't. She starts with an 11-point temple tile, so not very interesting. It's just probably a balancing factor to give her some more points. Her stack is unmodified, so these are the reds and the basics from the core game. And then my objectives, take a look at the whole card here. Top one, overcome all guardians in the tunnels, reach the temple, and then that's what I need to do to win. Unlike the previous number scenario 2, we're going to play all 5 rounds instead of 4. And then the achievements, I can find my courage, get rid of 6 fear cards. I assume that means exile them. And then in parentheses, it says track this by placing them on the improvised weapon card instead of back into the fear deck. Because once you have gotten rid of 6, you can claim this achievement and get the improvised weapon card. So you want to keep track of how many fear you get rid of. This did cause me a little bit of confusion with the character I chose to play, because he also, when he exiles a fear card, he instead puts it onto this stack. But we'll cover him in a second. Let's just finish the achievements. We got Pack of Guardians have 4 guardians with unspent bonuses. So again, like last time, I assume I could get the achievement and then go ahead and start spending the bonuses after that. But I have to get 4 of them. And then Artifact Expertise have 5 artifacts in your play area specifically. So not your deck, not your hand, specifically your play area all at once. And that'll give us the spectacles. The previous one give us the wicker cart. And I am actually starting with an artifact. So I've got a little bit of a head start because I did reach symbol number, what was it, 15? Up here on the paw part, paw track at the end of last scenario, and that reward was this stone feather that we looked at the end of the video, but lets me draw a card and get a tablet. But because it's starting at my deck, I never get one free use out of it, so I'm going to have to pay a tablet every time. So pay a tablet to get a tablet. It's kind of just like draw a card. It also says place a tablet on your journal, and then when you research with your journal, gain these tablets. So it's kind of like I'm getting 2 tablets, but in order to earn that second one, I have to actually advance my journal, which isn't always a priority. So I'm worried this card's going to hinder me more than help me, but as long as I keep a tablet on hand, it'll at least be neutral. So that's going to be on the bottom of my deck. And then also assuming I don't have like an action economy problem like I did in the previous scenario, which was a race. But anyway, those are my achievements. I've got that just for space purposes. This player board's a bit wider, so I'm putting this stuff up on top of the temple track, but the tiles there at the temple. We're back on the bird side of the board. And I chose to play the Mystic because I saw this fear. I thought maybe he's good at manipulating fear. Then I read his abilities and realized he gives himself fear, so he might be kind of balanced around the fact that he's already getting enough fear. And this is going to make me get too much because I'm going to have to go to these spaces a bunch of times. But any character that would be too much for them. So if anybody can handle it, I hope it is him. His ability is the start of each round. In addition to getting your 5 cards from your deck, you also get another fear card just straight from the fear stack. So you get a fear every round, including at the beginning of the game. So that's extra boots and cards to work with, but it's also -1 point and clogs up your deck for later rounds. He has a ritual pile. Whenever he exiles one of his fear, he can put on his ritual pile, which is here, this space I was talking about. And each of his 4 starting cards can be exiled to let him perform a ritual. And the rituals options are if he exiles 2 fear from this stack, get a coin and a compass. 3 fear from this stack, you can buy an artifact with a 3 compass discount. And if you exile 4 fear from the stack, you can overcome a guardian. So my concern was just like, if I exile a card and it goes to here, does it still count toward my achievement? And I think it would, unless I'm supposed to have to not only put them into the stack, the ritual pile, but also then perform the ritual with them for them to be fully exiled. Really, I checked the rule book and I didn't see anything. I really don't want to have to like search Board Game Geek forums, but maybe I will in a second. Starting cards, yeah, it's just a reminder that all starting cards can be used as a ritual, but only 1 time each. So 4 rituals total over the course of the game at maximum. And then he's got special idol slots. Oh, interesting. So these blue spaces, so he's got 3 blue idol slots, and the special blue abilities he has are exile a card and gain an arrowhead, or exile a card and do a ritual. So actually I can do up to 3 more rituals if I slot idols in these 3 spaces and use that ability each time. And it says if the idol ability is granting the exile, he can choose to immediately exile it rather than putting it in the ritual stack, I assume. Although I'm not sure why you'd want to. It seems like the ritual stack doesn't have any penalties. They don't give negative points or anything. Maybe I'll figure that out later. All right, I did my due diligence and I checked Board Game Geek. I don't see any clarifications or answers or even anyone else asking that question that I had about the fear cards. So I'm just going to play it as if I exile a card and send it to my ritual stack, that will still count as getting rid of a fear card for the purposes of Find Your Courage. Obviously, the fear card itself can't be in 2 places at once, but because this suggestion is in parentheses, I'm going to take it as a suggestion rather than a rule. It says track this by placing them on the improvised weapon card, which would be the reward card you get if you complete that achievement. But yeah, because it's in parentheses, I'm gonna not consider that to be a rule, but a suggestion on how just to keep track, and I can keep track in a different way, such as with a 6-sided die. So keep that on hand. And I guess we'll start. So I'll draw 5 cards and also claim a fear card as a 6th card for the Mystic. Got 3 fear because like I'm playing the captain again. And what are my priorities? So if I go here, I get to reveal both of the guardians so I can see what I need to deal with. The problem would be I then have 2 guardians to overcome. And if I don't, I get a fear card for each guardian who's still at that location at the end of the round. Also the encounter cards. So if you're wondering where the encounter cards are, there are 3 encounter cards. There's 1 on each of these 3 tunnel sites. So when I clear all the guardians off the site, that's when I'll resolve the encounter cards for this scenario. So a ruby and a compass is nice. I should start with 2 coins. And I wonder if I just want to discover my own site to get a little heads up on resources before jumping into the tunnels. If I do want to do that, I need to probably go here and get compasses. I can get a 3rd one from Divine Guidance, which we haven't looked at one of his cards yet, but get a compass or exile a card, or exile this card to do a ritual, which would mean taking fear out of his ritual stack to do one of these 3 abilities based on how many fear cards are removed. He's also got worldly goods, get a coin or draw a card, or ritual, and meditation, get a coin, exile a card, or ritual. And then one more, I guess, is the last card in the deck other than the feather. But I think I will go here, so I will need to spend a boot to go there. And in case you don't know Arnak, the base game, this is a thing that I haven't covered yet, which is, I don't know if you can see, but these base camp sites have spaces with 2 boots on them. And that means if you really, like if I really wanted to go here, again, for example, I could with my second worker, but I have to spend 2 boots to go there this time. Or if my opponent had blocked it, but I really want to go, I could go there and spend the 2 boots. In the solo setup, these some of these spaces are blocked at random, but in the campaign, they're not blocked. And I just haven't used that before in this series. I haven't mentioned it because I've never felt like it was worth it to pay 2 boots to do a basic campsite, but that is there. And the level 1 and level 2 sites only have a single worker placement per site, so there's no option to go there if somebody's already blocked it. All right, so I am activating this. I'm getting a couple of compasses, and that is my full action. So Antoinette will use a worker to block the highest most site with a tablet on it, which is right there, and that's her full action. And I think I will just use the divine guidance to get a compass, and I'll spend all 3 compasses to discover a site. And the question is, I have meditation, which has a boot, and worldly goods, which has a car. So we got boat, 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 or car, or car. The question now is, which idol do I want? And I wonder if I just want to start exiling right away with this exile idol. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have all these fear every round, and I could start powering out a ritual. So let's do that, which means that is a car site, which means I'm gonna have to spend worldly goods for its car symbol. And I'm gonna claim this idol, which is gonna let me banish a card and then flip it over, and I'm gonna banish a fear, putting it in my mystic ritual pile, and I will get 1 toward find your courage achievement. So I'm gonna put the D6 there. Hopefully that is on camera. If we discover that level 2 site, I'll have to move it, but so that's done as well. And let's get a site, although now I'm going to get a guardian anyway, but that's just normal round 1 stuff. So let's see. Our site first. I happen to draw 1 with a fear. Draw a card, get a ruby. Another fear site. So here's his other starting card I just drew, is blind sight, get a compass. And if you discover a new site this turn, you can exile instead of the idol effect. And I just chose an idol that has that anyway. So that is a cue that I'm doing the right strategy, maybe. And then I am placing this here. I gotta see our guardian, and it is this one here, costs a ruby and a boot. Conveniently, I've got the fear and I just picked up the ruby. So there we go. That's my action. Antoinette will block a coin site here. I think I'll just go ahead and beat the guardian. So I'll spend the fear as a boot and the ruby I just got to overcome this guardian. Now I have this airplane available to me if I want. I'll just flip it over to show that it's been spent. Either way, it's worth 5 points. But I don't want to do that for a while because I want to get 4 guardians with unspent bonuses. So just set him over here. That was my action, though. Antoinette will block a compass site, and there are none. Actually, this is a compass site, so I guess she goes there. Oh no, Antoinette fears the tunnel's guardians. When determining where Antoinette will send an archaeologist, ignore any tunnel sites that still has a guardian. For her, those sites don't exist. So she is too afraid to go there, so it just won't go anywhere, which is nice. So these spaces are always safe for me. Although I'm just now realizing I've got 5 rounds to defeat 7 guardians, but I don't have to do a separate placement. So for example, I could do rounds 3, 4, and 5. It's just that once I send a worker there, I've got to defeat all the guardians in that stack in that round. Because I can't defeat a guardian unless I have an archaeologist there. But for a moment, I was thinking I was going to have to send an archaeologist, defeat a guardian, and then next round send him again, defeat the other one, and do that 7 times. And there aren't that many rounds. So, but no, it's only 3 rounds total if I do it as efficiently as possible. And in order to gear up the best as I can, I'm thinking probably rounds 3, 4, and 5 are when I want to do that. It could be round 2, but it's definitely not going to be round 1 because I've already placed my archaeologists and I'm not regretting that at this point. Oh, also I'm just now realizing I've got my 4 my top ritual is spend 4 fear to overcome a guardian, so that'll help me through the tunnels as well. I think the Mystic was a good choice here. I really want to use this to exile another fear, but I think I'm going to take the coin instead so that I can spend 3 coins on the army knife. It was good for me last time, and I really like the versatility, especially since I don't know what guardians I'm going to be facing. So I'm going to buy this item, which is going to put it onto the bottom of my deck. I get to choose 2 different options: exile a card, coin, compass, tablet. I think that's going to be useful. And for all you Arnakologists, since you can't see the card row, as I established in the previous video, or first video, just because the board's too big, the current cards are, the artifact is Monkey Medallion, and then we have Toolbox, Airship, Ostrich, Brush, and the new one is a Theodolite. And all those items actually cost 3 coins, which is funny because I did shuffle quite a bit, but in the previous scenario, most of the 3 cost items were on the board as items that could be discovered when discovering a site. So I haven't seen a 3 cost card in the card row for a while, and now they're all 3 costs. Anyway, that was my action to buy. She will block Arrowhead site. I'm already running out of stuff. I could slot an idol. I really haven't done much this round. I could slot the arrowhead to get slot the idol to get an arrowhead, and then use a compass and that arrowhead to advance once onto the temple, get a coin, which I wouldn't really have a use for. I mean, I'll definitely play this to get a compass, but do I want to slot my idol now? I mean, I can just do that later, not in a rush to do a ritual, especially since I have a bunch of fear. Like, the more of my base cards that I exile to do rituals, the more I will draw the fear cards that are in my deck. So I kind of want to get my fear manageable first. I did exile 1. I could slot an idol to exile a card and get an arrowhead. That might be what I need to do. All right, so 2 of my idol slots are I have a fear icon underneath, which means if I use either of those spots, I get a fear in addition to resolving the ability. So it doesn't make much sense to exile a fear and get a fear. So my options are lose 1 point and get a fear, but I can't do a blue ability, and I want to do a blue ability. You lose 2 points, don't get a fear, but also I can't do a blue ability. Lose 2 points, do a blue ability, but get a fear, which is counterproductive here, because I'm trying to reduce the fear in my deck now, early on in the game, while I get going. I could take the fear later when I have a bigger deck, or if I've gotten rid of a bunch of the fear. And then I've got lose 3 points or lose 4 points, don't get a fear, and get a blue ability. So I'm going to just lose 3 points right now in order to exile a card. Let's get rid of a fear, put it in my stack, up my count to 2, and also I get an arrowhead. That is a quick action to do that. So my main action will be spending the arrowhead and the compass to advance to there, which gives me a coin. And then she will block a ruby space. And I'm just going to pass. I've got a fear left that I'm not going to use, so I'll just discard that. This is spent already. She gets to finish out her stack, so she's going to take the highest value artifact. That's the Monkey Medallion, 2 points for her. The new artifact is Guardian's Ocarina. Then she will take the highest value item. They're all 3s, so she'll take the one to the left because this is pointing to the left. Oh no, the highest point value, not cost. So the highest point value is actually this brush for 3 points. Theodolite slides over. The new item is a hat. Then she will, then it would be my turn, except I passed. 1 coin would actually buy the hat, which I would do, but I've already passed, so I can't. She's going to discover a site. It's round 1, so she will do a level 1 site as shown up there, and she will take the bottom row before the top row, and the arrow is pointing to the right, so she's going to do this one instead of this one. So she gets this idol, which goes into the slot on her AI player board, the rival player board that shows the coin symbol matching. She gets a level 1 site, which gives a coin and an arrowhead. She doesn't take resources though. She'll just put the tile out and block it, and she does not put a guardian because she puts a guardian in round 2 and 4, but not round 1. But that's a new site that'll be available for me as well in round 2 if I want it. Then her next action is to move up the research track, and she will move to the left, and she will also clear out one of the assistants from here. She'll take the top the one off the tallest stack. Normally the stacks start out even, but the character, the assistant whom we rescued in the previous scenario is now mixed in. And I shuffled them up, but just ended up this stack's a little bit bigger because there's one more assistant in the mix. So that one is gone. And then her final action is going to be overcome a guardian, but she's not at a site with a guardian. And if not, then she will research again. So she's going to move up again. And the arrow is going to be from the bottom here to the right. So she'll go over here, which means this coin bonus is removed from the game. And that will end round 1. I really didn't take many actions. It's kind of worrying. So let's shuffle up her tiles, return everybody's archaeologists, and shuffle my play area, put them to the bottom of my deck, draw 5 cards, and I also get a fear. And then the moon staff needs to move. And I was doing this wrong in scenario 2. I did it correct in scenario 1 and then messed up in 2. The cards next to the staff are removed and then the staff moves. So now there are 4 items and there will be 2 artifacts that I'll need to bring out. Guardian's Ocarina and Toolbox are gone. The new artifacts are Mortar and Crystal Earring. Gonna pass first player to her, so she will go first and she's gonna block the top arrowhead space, which is the one that she had just discovered. All right, well now I have my army knife and the stone feather, but I don't have a tablet. I can use the army knife to get a tablet. I mean, I can also just use the stone feather as an airplane. So that's one nice part, is if I don't have the tablet to spend or don't want to jump through the hoops, I just have the airplane, which can be used as a car or boat or boot. Although I got plenty of boots. So do I want to discover another site? It's a bummer. I don't think I want to go to the site I discovered because it's another fear. I already have plenty of fear to get rid of. I'd love to be able to exile cards. There is a Mortar, which artifact that would exile a card and give 2 coins. And I do have the achievement of getting 5 artifacts. I also have one of my ritual abilities is to buy an artifact at a 3 compass discount. Mortar costs 3, so I could actually get that for free if I can exile 1 more fear and then do a ritual. So where does my next exile come from? Well, it could be from Blind Sight. Gives a compass, and if I discover a new site, I can exile instead of the idol effects. I can use any of these idols as an exile. Then I'm gonna get another guardian to worry about. Man, I'm gonna have to beat 7 guardians and go all the way up the temple track. Maybe I shouldn't be discovering new sites. I just need to go here and start fighting. Oh, and the army knife will give me my 3rd exile anyway. So I guess I'm going here. Let's do it. It's gonna cost me a car to send one of my archaeologists there, but maybe I just go ahead and use the stone feather. Then again, if I'm gonna use my journal at all, now's the time to get started. Man, I really don't know. Let's, I don't know. I'm gonna play the army knife. I hope I'm not getting baited into a bad strategy. I'm gonna exile. Oh, I don't have any played fear yet, so I guess I'm exiling a fear from my hand. I ended last round with 1 extra left over anyway, and I'm gonna choose the tablet so that I can pay for the stone feather. But that is my full action. So Antoinette will go. She's going to take the highest value artifact, which is the crystal earring. So at least the mortar's still there for me. New artifact is star charts. And then I guess I'm playing stone feather. So again, to play an artifact from your hand, you have to pay a tablet. So I'm going to pay a tablet, but then get to draw a card and get a tablet. I drew divine guidance, and I also get to place a tablet onto my journal over here. So if I advance my journal, I get that tablet. All right. Antoinette will place on a ruby space, which is right there. So she took both the level 1 sites. All right. So I'm going to go here. Got to spend a car. And I think I'm going to pay worldly goods as the car. So just discard that. Activate this site. I get a compass and a ruby. And of course, another fear. And we reveal both of these guardians. So if I end the round and either of them are still there, or both of them still there, I get a fear for each one left. To beat this one, I need compass, coin, arrowhead, and for this one, I need airplane, arrowhead. Ooh, I don't have an airplane. You can hire an airplane for 2 coins. So I could pay coin, arrowhead for that, but this is going to be rough. All right. I can also, this guardian will give me an airplane. So if I spend it, I can do that. It's just I'm setting myself back on that achievement. And I was thinking I was going to use 3 fear to do the ritual to get an artifact, but if I can get a 4th fear here, I can do the ritual to overcome a guardian. So I could just do one of those. All right, she will go and block coin space there. I think I'm gonna get the arrowhead here from the base camp, spending a fear for a boot, get an arrowhead because I need one for each of these guardians. I also need them if I want to go certain routes on the track. Yeah, that would be my action. She will block a compass site, and I think I actually want to go here, so I'm going to spend my ruby to go up the temple. I get this draw card bonus, draw my last card, which is the meditation. And I also get this reward here, which is the compass. And then she will research and remove 1, which is actually good because I don't really like these options. She's going to take the rightmost one off the stack and uncover this guy who gives a coin and a boot. All right. Now I can't progress any farther until I get rid of this 2-point blocking tile. I have to pay one of these 3 costs, and then I get the 2 points, and then it's not blocked anymore. And there are 2 more here and here. All right, I think I'm going to play Divine Guidance for a compass. Or no, I'm not a compass. I'm going to use the exile. So I'm going to exile a fear, and that puts the 4th one in the stack. Or wait, yeah, 4. So I didn't keep track properly here, but it's up to 4. And that is a lightning bolt. So now I'm going to do a ritual. In order to do a ritual, I've got to exile one of these. I think it's going to be the meditation, coin, or exile, or ritual. So this is out of the game. I'm going to do a ritual, and the ritual options are, I can remove 2 to get a coin and a compass, 3 to buy an artifact with a 3 compass discount, or 4 to overcome a guardian. And I'm going to do 4 in order to overcome a guardian, which can be this one with this airplane. Just because I don't want to have to spend my guardian, I want to get that achievement as fast as possible. This is also a very tempting bonus to use, another exile, but I'm going to save it. So we've got 2 guardians down. Ritual is never a quick action, so that was my full turn. Antoinette will block a tablet space here, and then I'm going to pay coin, arrowhead, compass to overcome the other guardian, who has a boat as the reward. And now I've cleared off the site of guardians. I've got 3, 1 more for the achievement, and I get to read this encounter card, which is an erstwhile lair. It says, you find the remains of some great beast which lay itself to rest beside a shallow pool. The waters have an intriguing scent. Can immediately investigate the pool, draw a card, and banish a card, which would be nice, but I have no cards left in my deck. Or I can save this for later and get a paw print, and at some point just spend it to overcome a guardian, but get a fear on top of my deck. I mean, that's what we're doing. So I'll save this for later, and I'll be able to overcome another guardian. That'll be very useful. Now it is Antoinette's turn to get the highest value item. That would be the airship for 2 points. New item is a camera. Man, if I don't move my journal up, I'm not getting an assistant this round, but I don't think I can. I spent my ruby, spent my arrowhead. I don't see myself getting another arrowhead. So that's another round without an assistant. I like to get them, when I play the normal base game, I like to get an assistant round 1 if possible. Which is not always possible. It's not super easy, but it's kind of like my goal. But here now I'm going to go into round 3 without one yet. I'm just going to spend blind sight for a compass, and that's a quick action, but I don't have any main action to do, so I'm going to pass. I got 2 compasses, but the artifacts cost 4 and 3. The mortar would be nice, but it's going to be exiled now. Yeah, not much I can do about that. So we'll let Antoinette finish out. She will discover a site. Level 1, bottom first. She gets a compass idol, 3 more points for her. Her site is well, that's a pretty place. Got 2 compasses and a tablet, kind of useful. So I'll go there. She will go there. And in round 2, she actually does add a guardian. So we get this scorpion that requires you to discard a card, play a compass and arrowhead, and the bonus is to draw a card. And she's not going to fight that. Oh, no, is she? I think her last tile is actually fight. There's no point looking through the stack, so I'm just going to do her last action here, which is, yep, overcome a guardian. So she does defeat that and she gets to claim those 5 points. And it will not be easy pickings for me, but I have plenty of guardians to deal with already. So that'll end the round. I'll take first player back, shuffle her stack. Would have been nice to get some new card that round. I'm playing with starter deck cards -1 now at this point. And let's see, how many fears do I have mixed in? Just 1 left, but yeah, that's not a very exciting deck going into round 3. Shuffle that, draw 5, gain a fear, recover our archaeologists, exile the mortar and the ostrich, move the staff, slide the star charts, get ancient wine and an inscribed blade. I feel like my goal here is to improve my deck a bit going into rounds 4 and 5. And then hope that I can do this in round 4 and this full stack in round 5 and get to the top of the temple. All right, I'm going to go here, I think. Need a car. I'm going to pay worldly goods as a car. Go there. I get a fear, of course. Draw a card, which is the stone feather, and get a ruby. Antoinette will go to a ruby site. So I got in first, and she wants to go to the rightmost one, so she would have gone there. But now she'll go here instead because there's no guardians left, so she's not afraid anymore. Now my deck's empty, so if I do any more draw card effects, like with the stone feather I just gave myself, I need to have a card to draw or I'm wasting it. And it needs to be an item, which means I need coins or an achievement. I think I can do an achievement. Let's do Army Knife. I'm going to exile the fear, putting it into my stack and upping my count to 5. There's 1 short, and I'll also take a compass because I'm thinking I want to get artifact. And I'm about to come into a bunch of tablets anyway, I think. Antoinette will research to the right, taking this bonus off the table, and an assistant. They're 2 stacks tied, so she'll take this one. And then, not thrilled, but I'm not too disappointed. I'm going to play this just to exile. I guess it's going to have to be a fear from my hand. Going to here. I mean, I can go somewhere else first if I want to use that boot. It'd have to be a base campsite if I want to use a boot. You know, that might make sense because I got so many fear cards. Compasses or tablets? Let's do... All right, so I'm not going to play this yet. I'm going to keep this fear. I'm going to spend the fear as a boot to activate this base camp and get 2 tablets. These sites are better, but I have to spend a better card to go there, so I think it evens out. I have the compasses to discover a new site, but then I have a guardian I have to deal with. I already have plenty of guardians. Although I can get my 4th one this round. I'm locking myself out of getting my 4th one this round by doing this, but I think that's fine. All right, so I activate a site. She will take the highest value item, which is the camera, for 2 points, replaced by an army belt. Oh wow, look at that. It's got a boat and a car, and you can only really use 1 usually. Choose 2 different options. Buy an item with a 2 coin discount, draw a card, ready one of your assistants. Costs 4 coins for that. Powerful versatility. I'd pay 4 coins for that. All right, so now I'm going to play Blind Sight to exile a card, exile that fear I just used, and that puts me at 6 fear that I've gotten rid of. So that will trigger Find Your Courage, which is going to give me a wild icon at the end and an improvised weapon for now. And this is going to go to the top of my deck. Oh, wow. Exile 2 cards or exile this card for 1 arrowhead. Well, that's fine. I mean, exiling 2 fear at a time is pretty nice. All right, so that'll go to the top of my deck. Although I'm almost out of fear. That was actually... Oh, I played the wrong card. Blind Sight doesn't exile. Divine Guidance does. So fix that. That was actually a quick action though. So I will now play Stone Feather. I got to pay a tablet to use it, but I'll get a tablet back. Also put a tablet onto my journal and draw a card, which is my new improvised weapon. Then Antoinette will discover a new site here in round 3. It's going to be a level 1 site still. To the left, it's going to be this one now. So she gets to draw a card, which actually is not on here. So she has to flip it over, and it's actually only worth 2 points instead of 3. But a level 1 site. This time it is 2 compasses or buy an item with a 1 coin discount. We've seen that crash plane site in each of our scenarios so far. And no guardian. All right, so now I think I'm going to pay a ruby in order to advance my journal to here, which means I get those 2 tablets that I stacked up. Now I do have a nice big tablet stash. And then the journal reward is to get an assistant. I think I'm going to take this one that gives compasses. So 1 compass, or on the gold side 2. May as well just grab that now, putting me up to 4. But it's Antoinette's turn, and she's going to overcome a guardian, but there isn't one. So she will advance on the research. Glad this isn't a race one. Oh, I need a coin. Well, maybe not. All right, I'm going to spend 3 compasses to buy an artifact, the Ancient Wine, which gives me a coin, and it lets me use the effect on the gold side of an assistant from the supply board. I think I'm going to take this guy here. He gives 3 coins on his gold side, so I'll take 3 more coins. And then this goes to my played area. That is 2 artifacts out of 5 for the artifact expertise achievement. Antoinette will block a compass space here. I should have slid this down and brought out a new artifact, which is a serpent idol, get a fear and a ruby. Did she get her item already this round? She did get her item. She hasn't gotten her artifact yet, and the most valuable one is the one I want. So I'm going to exile this to do a ritual. I have 3 fear to spend, and I'm going to spend them all. The effect is to buy an artifact with a 3 compass discount. I will pay the 4th compass for the 4 compass cost on star charts to pay a coin, which I'll do to activate 2 base camp sites. So I'm going to activate the 2 coin site, get my coin back plus another one, and another one. I have a bunch of tablets. I'm going to start going through these tablets in order to pay for these artifacts that I'm going to be redrawing. So do I want even more tablets, or do I want to get like an arrowhead? I think I'm going to take an arrowhead, or I could even take this discard to get a ruby. Yeah, I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to discard this fear I'm not going to use to get a ruby from this base camp site. So those are the 2 I chose, and that means blind sight is now out of the game. Slide those, and the new artifact is an ornate hammer. Antoinette will block a coin site here. Actually, here, doesn't matter. And I think I got my 4 coins now. I'm going to spend 4 coins on army belt that we looked at, and I'll go to the top or bottom of my deck. If we go to my deck, it'll now be my deck. Antoinette will block a tablet site. There is none. Or I wonder if she's supposed to go to the 2 boot space. Fine. I will pay my ruby to clear the blockage, so that's 2 points for me. And that is a research action, so it's not free or quick. So she will, not that it matters, but she'll go next, take a highest value artifact, which is that ornate hammer, replaced by Divine Riders. And I should have brought out a new item, which is Precision Compass. And then I will play my improvised weapon to exile 2 cards. The exile symbol is optional, and I'm definitely going to remove a fear, put that here, but I'm out of fear, so I can exile something else, but I don't want to exile one of my good cards. I don't even want to exile one of my basic cards because they are pretty useful and they let me do rituals. So I think I'll just decline the 2nd exile symbol there. So I'm out of fear, which is nice, and I upped my card quality of my deck, which is nice. It's just 7 cards, 2 basic cards left. Not bad. At 3 artifacts out of 5. I might be able to do that. So I think I'm going to be able to do all 3 achievements. The question is, will I be able to win the game? That was probably my last action. Her last action is block an arrowhead space. And then, yeah, I'm out of stuff. So let's see. I've got coins and 5 tablets. I can buy a hat for my coin, but at this point, I think my cards are actually better than that, mostly. I'd rather draw a different card. And the hat will still be there because it's not in this position where it'll get exiled. So if I want the hat, I can buy it. Like if I'm out of cards in my deck, but I want to be able to draw a card, I could buy a hat real quick and then draw it. I don't have an arrowhead to go here. Don't have an arrowhead to go here. So I'm done. She's done. She's going to be the first player again. Shuffle up her stack. Okay, and then shuffle and put these at the bottom and draw. So I'm going to draw my new army card. Was it the army card? Yeah, army belt and 4 more. And get a fear. Call our archaeologists and ready my assistant. Exile the inscribed blade and the theodolite. 2 more artifacts. Obsidian earring and tiger claw hairpin. I like that hairpin. All right, she goes first. She will block a tablet site, which she ignores this because of the monsters, so she'll go there. And now I'm wondering if I don't need to go here. I could go here. The nice thing about this space here is that it's got 2 tablets and 2 arrowheads. It's just a nice big reward. And then I'll have 3 guardians to deal with, but maybe I can. Oh, I can't. Actually, I have to go in order. Forgot. You have to go through the tunnel. so I can't skip ahead. So I definitely want to go here then this round. I could technically win if I don't. And in the next round, I'll have to go here, clear both guardians, and then use my second worker to go here and then clear 3 guardians. It just seems like a bit much for one round. So I'm going to deal with this now. Need a car to go there. And I think I want to use my stone feather for that movement because I just don't want to put some of my value into stacking tablets on this book that then I have to move. I don't think I'm going to want to move the book again. So let's pay this as an airplane. Oh, well, I don't want to go there now, though, because, well, I might. But if there's any other site that I really want to go to, I should go there before she potentially blocks it. I do like this space here, draw a card and get a ruby. I think that's better than get a compass and get a ruby. They both give fear, but if anything at this point, that's a good thing because I have exile effects available. So I think I do want this space, although I have the fear to do it at a campsite still. So how do I use my 2 archaeologists? All right, it means I won't, yeah. So I'm just going to use the stone feather to go here. I'll get a fear, ruby, and draw, improvise weapon. So there's some of my exile effects, really fill up that ritual tile, and Antoinette will block a ruby space. Oh, this time she would take the leftmost one, so she wasn't going to take my spot anyway, but that was close. She almost might coulda. Now I do need a car to go here, and I may as well go there as soon as possible now that I've gotten this out of the way to see what I'm dealing with in terms of the guardians. I think I'm going to spend this car just because it's weaker than my other cards, but that does mean it won't be around for me to do a ritual with. So I'm going to have to draw one of my other ritual card if I want to do a ritual. Currently I have 1 fear, but I can build that up pretty quickly because I've already got 1, 2, and I'm about to get a 3rd fear, and I have multiple ways to exile them. So I can build up to a ritual pretty fast, and this is not going to be around. But I'm going to do it and spend it as a car to move, to go here, get another fear, get another ruby, and a tablet. And let's take a look at these guardians. So this one requires me to discard a card. That'll be good use for my fear. It's got another fear, or another exile as a bonus. And then coin arrowhead. I don't have the arrowhead. And then arrowhead car. And it gives a boat. Well, I have a bonus for an airplane. So if I get the other guardian first, then I'll have this achievement and I can start spending bonuses, and one of them can be the airplane to pay this car cost. So let's put these out. My action was to activate the site, so it's Antoinette's turn, and she will take a compass space, which is up here, the crashed plane. Let's see if I can get an arrowhead. I am not seeing how to get an arrowhead. Well, I can exile my improvised weapon for 1 instead of exiling twice, and I'm gonna have 2 exiles from monster rewards plus the army knife, and I don't necessarily want to draw it again. Well, I keep getting fear, and I don't want to keep building my rituals, so I could use this round and save the bonuses for next round when I might get like 2, 3 more fear. All right, I'm gonna hold on. I don't know, I'm gonna use my assistant for a compass, and then I'm gonna play the army belt. I'm gonna choose to draw a card and ready my assistant. So hopefully this is the one I want. It is not. This is the one that will let me do a ritual. Antoinette will block an arrowhead space. And I still have this encounter card that I can use to defeat a monster, but I'm trying to avoid that if I can. I need to draw another card. And I need arrowheads for this too. All right, I think I just have to I need so many arrowheads. I'm gonna have to cash this in. Let's exile it for an arrowhead, which I will then spend along with a coin and discarding a fear to overcome this guardian, which has an exile bonus, but that's my 4th unspent guardian, which gives me this achievement, which gives me another paw print icon and a wicker cart to go to the top of my deck. I haven't looked at these, so hopefully they're worthwhile here. Choose 1, 2, 3, or 4 of these, depending on whether you have overcome 1, 2, 3, or more guardians. Well, I have overcome more. So I get to do all 4 of those, which is ready a guardian's bonus, exile a card, get a coin, and a compass. Still no arrowheads, but that's really nice. So that goes to the top. I definitely want to draw that. I don't really have draws available. Antoinette will take the highest value item to tie at 1 point. So the leftmost is the hat. It's gone. That's fine. I wasn't really wanting to get the hat. Other new item is pack donkey. Well, I would need 4 cards or 4 coins and a way to draw 3 cards because this is going to be at the bottom of the deck. And the precision compass and the pack donkey both cost 4. I like the pack donkey because it's just draw 2 cards. The precision compass is buy an artifact with a discount 3 compasses, and you also get to look at the top card of the artifact deck to make your decision. And if I want to get the 5 artifact achievement, that could be pretty relevant. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use both of my exiling bonuses to exile both my, or 2 fear from my discard. Still 1 left in there. And then my action is going to be to do a ritual to, exiling this card and exiling 3 cards to do the ability where I get to buy an artifact at a 3 compass discount. And I want the Tiger Claw hairpin, which lets me exile a card, which will be another fear, and activate an unoccupied campsite, which is going to be a base camp, which is going to be an arrowhead. And now this goes to my play area. That's 2 artifacts in my play area. New artifact is a coconut flask. Antoinette will uncover a site. Round 4, she's going to choose a level 2 site. She's going to choose the one on the left, which is here. So she gets this 2 points because it goes in this -1 point stack. And then this one with a tablet on it. It's worth the full 3 points. And she's going to get a level 2 site, although she doesn't use it, but it's going to be coin, tablet, compass, arrowhead. And then she will also place a guardian there. So it's this big gold pangolin with a card, 2 tablets, and the bonus of discarding a card for an arrowhead. So a lot of arrowheads to be gained up here. That was her action. She is blocking that. Now I'm going to spend another bonus, the airplane, as a car along with my newly found arrowhead to defeat this frog, who will yield a boat. Now I have 2 boat bonus available. So this encounter card is this time, the Passage of Skulls. While tracking an elusive bird, you discover a grisly side passage. A dense mat of root fibers binds human remains to a wall of bones. The liquid dripping from the ceiling has a pungent scent. Do you dare collect a sample? You can immediately get a sample, get a fear, get an artifact from the card row to your hand for free. So you have to pay the tablet to play it. But any artifact, there's a 4 cost one out there right now. Pretty good. Or take a feather, and at some point, as a quick action, I can discard a card to exile a card and get 2 compasses. Man, I want the feather, but the other ability seems so much better. Although 2 compasses lets me buy the artifact I might want. Although I have to discard a card, and I don't really have any cards I want to discard, and I don't have any cards I want to exile either. So, I mean, I can save it for next round, but I think I'm going to choose the left one, even though I want the feather. So also give me a card to exile. I'm getting a fear and artifact to my hand for free. I'm going to take the obsidian earring and locking in that little raindrop as my icon. All right, I've now cleared the second portion of the tunnel. The third one's open for next round. I don't have any more workers now. She will take the highest value artifact. I should have replaced that one with treasure chest, which is 3 points. So she's going to take it. And then the new replacement is ritual dagger. All right. 2 artifacts in my play area, 2 in my hand. Can we get this done now? Let's play Obsidian Earring. I have to pay a tablet because I'm playing an artifact from my hand. I'm going to draw 2 cards from the bottom of my deck, keep one and discard the other. Just have the 2 cards in my deck. I'm going to keep the wicker cart, and I would have loved the star charts, but I'm going to discard the other. And now I have 3 artifacts in my play area. Do I want the star charts or the wicker cart? You know what? I think I actually want the star charts. Yeah. That's a bummer, but that is the one I want. Now she will defeat a guardian. Oh, she gets the pangolin. 5 points. And she's racking up some scores over here. And I'm going to play Ancient Wine. Costs a tablet. And I'm going to get a coin and activate the gold side of an available assistant. I'm going to get the 3 coins again. That guy's still hanging out. So that was that card. That's also 4 artifacts in my play area. She will research to the right, take away this potential bonus, take away a person on the right. Actually, that's my guy. My 3 coin guy is gone. And I'm going to play star charts, pay a coin. Ooh, I was going to buy that pack donkey. I only have 4 coins. I got to pay the tablet for sure, and I have to pay a coin. So I guess I'm going to have to activate the 2 coin site, as well as I want the arrowhead for sure. So that's my star charts. Yeah, the thing about the pack, or the wicker cart, I thought I wanted it because I was going to get 4 things, but one of them is a compass, one of them is a coin. Those aren't that exciting. Exile a card, I don't have anything left. Oh, I do have a fear. So I have one thing I could exile, and then ready a monster ability, but it's just a more exile. I think one of them is draw a card. Oh no, I don't even have a draw card. I just exile, exile, airplane. So I don't really need any of those boons back either. So thought I wanted the wicker cart, but took the star charts. That got me an arrowhead. Antoinette will activate a coin site here. And then let's see, I'm going to, oh wait, star charts was also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My 5th artifact. I'm going to get that achievement. First time doing all 3 achievements. Get a little, the black stone symbol icon thing and some spectacles to the top of my deck. Spectacles is, you can buy artifacts from the exile pile this round. Get a compass and a tablet. Well, not too exciting, but oh well. It's also got double boat on it. I wish it were double car though. Oh well. All right, that goes to the top. And that was from last turn, so I can still do my action here. I have an army knife left in my hand, but let's, not in a rush. Let's start spending some of this stuff I've got. Actually, well, she's done. So yeah, that was her last tile. So I do think I want the pack donkey. Let's buy that. I'll go to the bottom of my deck. I'm gonna spend 2 tablets and an arrowhead to move up here. That gives me a compass. Man, now this costs double arrowhead, and this costs an arrowhead, a tablet, and a coin. Arrowheads are so hard. The middle is ruby tablet. I have that. I don't want to run out of tablets though. I have so many artifacts, but I think I can get them back. So I'm going to do that, spending that to go here, which actually also has the draw card. The draw card is going to be the spectacles I just got. All right, so I guess I'll play spectacles to get a compass and a tablet, which means I've got cards in the exiled pile I should be looking through. Ooh, I can get the mortar. The mortar was exile a card and get 2 coins. That's not as exciting now. Ocarina returns a placed worker in each of my travels as an airplane, and it has a double airplane. And then Scribe Blade, research with a discount of either, ooh, discount of an arrowhead. Research with a discount of an arrowhead. That's tempting. I was thinking about buying these Divine Riders because they give me 2 tablets, and I kind of need my tablets back online. I'm at another block, so I gotta pay one of these costs to clear this blockage before I can move forward, which is gonna cost a coin and a ruby, which I actually do have. You know what? I think I will. I'm going to buy that for 2 compasses. Buy that from the exile. The Inscribed Blade, research with a discount of arrowhead or 2 tablets. I'm going to research with a discount of an arrowhead, which means I'm just paying 1 compass to pay that cost to remove this rubble, which means I get 2 more points. Then I'm going to pay a ruby and a coin to advance to here, which gives me 1 compass. And now I'm pretty low on stuff. Still have army knife, so I think I'll definitely take the tablet. And then I haven't used her for a compass yet this round. I guess we'll do that. I have a 2nd compass. Do I want a 3rd compass? I think I'm going to take the exile. Let's get this last fear out of the deck into my ritual pile. Now I got a nice big deck. I'm going to need a lot of tablets for these artifacts if I want to play them. And then I am actually going to spend these 2 compasses to buy the Divine Riders as well. So that gives 2 tablets, and you may treat any Guardian's boon as an upgrade this round. So I'm actually going to spend both of these Guardian boons, which are boats, but I don't need to go anywhere on this side of the board. It's where all the boats are. Don't care about that. I'm going to spend both of these boons as upgrades and swap those tablets out. Instead of getting those tablets, I'm going to get arrowheads instead. So I actually got full use of that card. Very nice. I do need the tablets, but I think the arrowheads are really important. I need to make the last few steps up this track. I'm going to get more arrowheads over here, but I also have 3 guardians to overcome, so I'm just going to take it while I can get it. Or I could have kept a tablet and made 2 upgrades, tablet to arrowhead to ruby. That might make more sense. I can get another ruby, but I kind of need a ruby to go to here, and then, well, might not need another ruby. Not sure. You know what? I'm gonna keep a tablet and get another ruby. Get a ruby. Oh, but then I don't have the arrowhead. So it's 3 tablets and a ruby, or 2 tablets and 2 arrowheads. Because I get to make 2 upgrades. So it can either be tablet to arrowhead, or it can be tablet to arrowhead to ruby. No, I think... All right, sorry about the back and forth. Let's stick with the 2 arrowheads. And I think I'm done. So, ready, take first player, shuffle my big old stack of cards. And I've been avoiding using this encounter card because it puts a fear on top of my deck, and I've been able to pay the guardian cost. So I kind of rather put the fear on top of my deck as the last resort. So when it's going to be the least inconvenient for me. So now going into round 5, I can do all my big stuff, draw all my cards, and then put a fear on the top at the end. If I happen to have extra draws and extra exiles available, then so be it. But I don't need to mix it into my deck if I don't have to. The counter argument would be to use that effect early to use my resources in other ways to help me set up for a more powerful late game, but I think having the fear would slow me down enough that maybe not. All right, so that goes on the bottom. This is on the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, and get another fear. A pack donkey, a bunch of artifacts, and a fear. Perfect mystic setup. Shuffled these tiles, and I didn't upgrade or update my card row. We should have had another artifact, which is a Cape of Dawn, and another item too from when I bought the donkey a long time ago is rope. The compass and the serpent idol are both gone now. We're gonna get 2 more artifacts, some hunting arrows, and a guardian's loot. Get back the archaeologists. I think we're set up. So things to think about. I have to go here. I kind of want to go there as soon as possible to see what guardians are lurking. The only question is there another site that I really want to get to before Antoinette comes in and stops me? I still really like this one because I get to draw a card. I think my cards are better than some of the other bonuses out there. For example, this is Fear Card Ruby. This is Fear Compass Ruby. I think my cards are on average better than a compass. And then this is Fear Tablet Ruby. I think tablet is nice, but my cards are probably still better than a tablet. But at the same time, this is going to cost me 2 cars to get there. I spent my 2 boats, but there weren't cars. So I do have an airplane face down under here, but that's fine. So 2 cars is basically going to mean 2 cards, but with all these artifacts around with airplanes on them, for example, I can just spend my stone feather as an airplane again to be a car. I think I'm just going to lead off with Pack Donkey. Let's just draw 2 core cards and see what I'm working with. Army Belt and Army Knife. I'm Military Mystic. I also do have Fear. I can just do a basic campsite and save my other cards, but not sure. All right, she will go next and overcome a Guardian, but there isn't one, so she'll research instead. That will put her to here. Well, I think I'm going to spend the Stone Feather as a car in order to go here, just like we said. Fear, Ruby, draw. It's my Divine Riders again. Antoinette will buy the highest value artifact, and that's the Ritual Dagger. At this point, I don't think I actually care about anything she does because I took this space already, and she cannot go here, and anything else she does is irrelevant, unless there's a card I really want. Cleansing Cauldron comes out, which I don't think I'm too focused on buying cards now. I just need to overcome 3 Guardians, make a few more steps on the research track. 1, 2, clear the blockade, and then a 4th step up will get me in the temple. I've got some modest resources here already. I'm not too worried about the -1 points on Fear. I definitely want to win the game more than I care about my score as much. So the -1 point on the Fear I'm not worried about. I more want to exile them at first because I wanted the achievement, but now I just want to make sure I can do a nice big ritual. So I think I'd like to have 4 Fear cards here to be able to overcome a Guardian with my last ritual. I do have a ritual left, don't I? These 3 are exiled. So the 4th one should still be in the deck. I do have a nice little stack here, 5 cards I have to dig through to make sure I find it. If I can't find it, I can beat the Guardian the hard way, I hope. Obsidian Earring could help me find it, but I don't think I'm gonna worry about that too much. More what I'm thinking is playing the Army Knife. I mentioned the ritual thing and the Fear because I'm trying to decide if I want to worry about exiling. I just want to make sure I have 4. There are 2. As long as I get 2 exile effects. But if I don't get the ritual card, then there's no point getting the exiles done other than the point difference. But right now I want a compass. So I definitely am choosing a compass. The question is exile a Fear or get a tablet. I think I'm going to exile the Fear. Make sure I get my stack built up, and then I'll get a compass. And then Antoinette will block a coin space, which is actually way up here. That's fine. I didn't even really consider that. If I had spent 2 cars, I could have gone up there. But nah, that's fine. I have to spend 2 movement for that. If I had a double car card, that would be tempting. Now I'm going to spend Ruby and Compass to move to here. Well, that actually gives me another exile effect. So maybe I shouldn't have chosen that from the Army Knife, but I'm going to stick with it just because I rewind some stuff sometimes as this one feels a little awkward. So I'm going to exile Fear from my hand. I think that's fine. I also get the bonus of this draw card, Ancient Wine. Antoinette will research, so she is jumping up into the 23 spot and taking an assistant biggest stack on the right is going to be this tablet guy. All right, I got to get over here. I got to see what I'm working with. Oh, if I'd done that first, I would have had a card in my fear in my play area to banish, just in case a fear in my hand would have been useful for something. But I need to spend 2 cars. So that's going to be 1. And I guess the inscribed blade, it would be nice, but I just have better cards in my hand. So I'm going to use those for my movement. I get a fear. I get 2 tablets. And I get 2 arrowheads because it's a nice big chunky level 3 site. Reveal 3 guardians. And we got this guy again. He keeps showing up. 3 tablets. Got a boot. Yep, that would have been a good use for a fear card. A boot, a coin, and an arrowhead. And a boot, a tablet, and an arrowhead. So this will be a nice chance to use some automatic guardian defeating abilities. If I can get my ritual card to my hands. Now what, we got 4 more cards to dig through. Make sure we get our ritual card. I have the 4 fear now. What are the bonuses? Car, airplane, come on. Although if I use the Divine Riders, I can use those bonuses as upgrades for the whole round. Oh, I think I cheated. It says use any guardian spoon. It doesn't say, it's not plural. So I'm gonna fix that actually. I'm gonna roll back an arrowhead into a tablet. So I think from last round, I should not have been able to do that twice. I should have only done it once. All right, I'm going to need a couple more coins at least because I have to go to this space, which requires coin, tablet, arrowhead. I have the tablet, arrowhead, don't have the coin. So let's play Ancient Wine, pay a tablet for that. I get a coin and then use the effect on the gold side. Oh, my 3 coins guy is gone. So my options are buy an item with a discount of 2, buy an artifact with a discount of 2, get a coin and a compass, get 2 cars, or draw a card. Well, I mostly played this for the card, or I mean for the coin, but I think I want to, it sounded like there are more options than there should be, but these guys have slashes, so they have options. So that's why there were 5 different options. But I think I'm just gonna take the draw card. Coin compass is good. But no, I'm gonna draw a card. I need to find my ritual, if nothing else. So that will be the one I choose. That is not the ritual. She will go and block a tablet space. I'll play star charts. That's why I needed the coin. So pay a tablet and a coin to activate 2 different sites. I will take 2 coins. And do I discard a card for a ruby? I don't think I need a ruby. I can get an arrowhead, but I got 3. So I'm thinking the 2 tablets is my other option. Though I have ways to get more tablets too. So maybe the compasses. If nothing else, that'll get me an artifact. And I mostly just need to make sure I have the coins. Antoinette will block a compass site here. And then I will pay coin, tablet, arrowhead in order to advance here. Get a compass. Antoinette will block a ruby site here. I got 1 more little obstacle. Oh, I will need another ruby here. Uh-oh. And I'm going to need 3 tablets for the big guy, unless I spend a boot. Well, let's play the Divine Riders. Pay 1 tablet to get 2 tablets. And now I can use 1 boon as a upgrade this round. So I'll just remember that. Antoinette will block an arrowhead space. All right, I'm going to use my assistant for a compass because I will then play the army belt and draw a card and ready my assistant. And I got the wicker cart. All right, Antoinette will activate a site here in round 5. It's going to be a level 2 site. It's going to be on the right. So she can do this one. She got an exile idol, so that'll go here for 3 points. A phase down idol, which goes here for 2 points. Her level 2 site is draw a card, get a ruby, get a tablet, but it doesn't matter. And she does not put a guardian out in here in round 5. It does put a worker though. All right, I'm going to pay compass arrowhead to clear this last rubble. Antoinette will get the highest value artifact. I hope that doesn't mess me up. She's gonna take the one on the left. Oh, I did want that one. I was thinking about buying it. She's taking the cleansing cauldron, draw a card, exile a card. All right, well, a new one comes out, which is just draw a card. Well, it's almost as good. Stone jar. But that was the main thing I wanted. I don't need to exile any more fear except for the points. So, and there's also Guardian's Loot, which is draw a card, ready a bonus. So I'll probably do that one first as well. I've got 3 compasses. I don't have to worry about her messing with me anymore. She's actually completely done. So to go up the temple, I need coin, compass, ruby. I have coin, compass. I have got these 3 tablets. Oh, also when she got here, I think this gets discarded. But there's one little bonus left for me. If I get to the top, I believe. Just don't know what it is. Still want to draw more cards, so I don't want to use this encounter card yet that would put a fear on top of my deck. I don't really need another arrowhead, so I could do like, all right, I'm gonna spend 3 compasses to buy the Guardian's loot, draw a card, and ready one of my Guardian abilities. So got my worldly goods. This is my ritual card. And then I'm gonna ready the airplane, or it doesn't matter, one of my movement symbols that'll help me pay for a boot. So boot, arrowhead, tablet. I will overcome this guy here. And he has an exile, but I can use 1 boon as an upgrade instead, thanks to the riders, if I want to turn a tablet into an arrowhead, or if I get an arrowhead and turn it into a ruby. This should slide over and a new artifact comes out, the guiding stone. Now I need another compass if I want to progress, but I can do that easily. The cards from my hand. All right, I'm going to pay tablet to play Tiger Claw Hairpin. It's going to let me exile a card, so I get rid of another fear, and activate an unoccupied campsite. Tempted to get the compasses so I can buy another draw card, but I do need a ruby actually. Oh, I do need a ruby. I can get a ruby. That's not great value over here. An upgrade would turn an arrowhead into a ruby. Yeah, I don't need to draw the card, but I definitely need the ruby. So I'm going to take the arrowhead, and then I'm going to use this boon as an upgrade to make it into a ruby instead. Now I'm still short a compass though. Oh wait, but I have the wicker cart. So wicker cart gives me a compass, which I will need. And I can also ready a boon again. It's just all movement and exile. I got no more fear to get rid of. So I guess I'm just taking the coin. That's my wicker cart done. Let's go ahead and lock in my spot. Not the sequencing probably matters, but go up to here, get this little tile, which is another coin, and then got 1 card left in my deck, the spectacles. Cheating to look at it, but I don't like memory games, so I should know the contents of my deck. There's no reason I wouldn't know that if I had a perfect memory, and I don't, but this isn't a memory game, so I'm going to look when there's only 1 left. All right, so let's play my last card from my hand, which is the Worldly Goods. I'm going to use Exile it to do a ritual. I'm going to exile 4 cards from my ritual stack in order to do the big old ritual, which is to overcome a guardian. And I'll take 1 of those, doesn't matter which one, because I'm then going to use the erstwhile layer bonus I chose earlier to gain a fear to the top of my deck and overcome a guardian, which will be our owl friend that we keep seeing. And we get our 3rd and final encounter card, Antoinette's Cache. It says Antoinette's team has made a supply cache. It may hold things you need, items and information. But would raiding the cache be truly for research, or would it be for revenge? For a heart, I can leave a note and move on, get a compass and a tablet, or I can research and revenge, get a fear, buy an item at a 2 discount, and draw a card. Well, the card I would draw is the fear I just put on top, so that's not exciting. The only item available, since it's round 5, costs 2 coins, so I could buy it for free, but I already have 2 coins, so none of that sounds great. Other than that, I have made a bit of progress on the mask track. In the heart track, I haven't done at all. Compass and a tablet. That second tablet would actually let me buy another 2-point tile. So, I mean, and the fear is actually a -1 point. Oh, but if I buy a 2-point tile, I can't buy the rope. So it's not as big of a point differential. So it's basically +1 point if I take the heart, or -1 point if I take... Or my points stay even if I choose this one, because I get a fear, but I also get to buy a 1-point card. Or this one, I get +2 points because I'll get to buy a tile, but I won't get to buy this card. But I also don't get the fear, but I get stuck with the heart. Points or symbols? Let's go research and revenge. I want the symbol. So I'm going to take a fear, buy an item at a 2 discount. Oh, actually goes to the bottom of my deck. And draw a card, which is a fear. And I'll claim that mask. Well, if I not use her yet, I get a compass. I don't think that's going to do much for me. I don't have tablet coin, don't have a ruby, and I don't have compass arrowhead. There are no cards that cost 1 compass, but I can... Well, actually, a new item comes out. If it costs 2, I could buy it, and it does. So actually, I'm only behind what I could have been by 1 point by this radio transceiver. And I think that's all I can do. So I am done. And I am the winner because I overcame all guardians in the tunnels and reached the temple. Muddy and weary, you finally emerge from the tunnels, grateful to see Arnak's sky once more. You've learned much about the creatures guarding the passages, and you're beginning to understand how the beasts of this island communicate. But the most important result of your endeavors has been to reach an ancient harbor. On the beach you see a set of footprints. Koodle was here. All right, so let's mark our icons and score. So my cards, I got drop, footprint, mask. So mask, drop, footprint. And then on the card itself, since I did all 3 achievements, I get a rock, a footprint, and a wild. So that's my first rock, another paw print, and then a wild. Am I 1 away from anything? Yes, I'm 1 away from the feather. So pretty sure I'm taking a feather here. And let's read number 13. The trail of the bright feathered guardian has led you to many curious places, but none so curious as this nest of sticks and branches. You suspect it's held several eggs, but now it is empty. Your tracker identifies a nearby boot print as belonging to Antoinette. You know this guardian to be a secretive creature. Perhaps it hid 1 egg in a place that escaped Antoinette's notice? Yes! After a careful search, you find it. Start the next chapter with the peculiar egg artifact on the bottom of your deck. Another artifact. I didn't really like the feather, so I hope I like this egg a bit more. We got peculiar egg, no effect. Or if you play this from your hand, you may exile it to gain a coin and overcome a guardian. Well, I guess it's an airplane. I mean, 1 tablet to get a coin and overcome a guardian is pretty good, but it's just very specific. So early in the game, it could help you get a good head start on the game. If you uncover a site in round 1, you don't have to worry about what kind of weird, messy, complicated resources it requires. You can just pay your egg, pay a tablet, get a coin, and ignore that guardian. Just get rid of it right off the bat. That could be a pretty powerful start to round 1 if you discover a site. So I don't know what the scenario is going to call for, but all right, I'm interested. We'll save that one and then score. So I do need to check off the things. I did all 4, so check, 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 check. I uncovered card 13, so I'll write that here, writing sideways. All right, and then tally up some points. All right, so this sphere is in my stack, so it doesn't count as a negative point. I got 21 here and 0 down here with my book, so 21. I got these 3 temple tiles for 2 points each, that's 27. I've slotted 1 idol in, and then left some spaces uncovered. So 31, 34, 36, 38, 39. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guardians. That's 40 points. So that's 79 points already. That's higher than my score on either of the previous 2 scenarios. No wonder Antoinette started with 11. All right, so 79, 80, 81, 83, 82, 81, 82, 84, 85, 86, 87, 89, 90, 91, 93, 94, 95, 96. All right, that's a pretty good score. Let's see what she's going to subtract from me, though. She's starting with 23. Her idols, she has 4 3-pointers. That's 12, so 35, and 3 2-pointers, that's 6, so 41. She started with 11, so 52. She got 2 guardians, so 62. And then her cards, 63, 65, 68, 69, 71, 73, 75, 77, 82. All right, so she got a nice big score as well. 82 from 96 is 14. So I think my score is actually slightly worse, or the same as last time. Total of 14 points. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time when we make camp on the beach and try to track Koodle while worrying about the tide or something, it looks like. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and bye.